All right, so today we're diving into something that's really personal and honestly often misunderstood, an experience that affects so many autistic adults. We're going to get into what it actually means to feel like you're just performing your own life. This is something a lot of people bring up when they start therapy. It's this deep, nagging feeling of being disconnected, like you're just playing a role, putting on a version of yourself that you think the rest of the world expects to see. So why? Why does this feeling pop up for so many people? And let's be clear, this isn't just about being tired at the end of the day. It's a very specific kind of burnout, and there's a real reason for it that goes deep into how our nervous systems work. So let's unpack what's really going on here. Okay, we're going to start by looking at the symptoms, this hidden exhaustion that can get so overwhelming that it's often the very thing that pushes people to look for help, even if they can't quite put a finger on what the problem is. I mean, just look at this list for a second. Does any of this sound familiar? Feeling wiped out after being with people, replaying conversations over and over in your head. These aren't just random, isolated things. They're actually hallmark signs that someone is dealing with the huge, invisible effort of hiding parts of themselves. So, that brings us to the big question. What is this phenomenon? What's the engine driving all that exhaustion? Let's get to a clear definition. At its most basic level, masking is all about hiding your natural traits. We're talking about things like how you communicate, how your body naturally wants to move, or what you need to feel okay with your senses. It's the effort of hiding all of that just to try and fit in with neurotypical expectations. And this right here, this is so important. This idea reframes the whole thing. Masking isn't some kind of personality flaw, and it's not really a choice in the way we usually think about choices. It's a survival strategy. It's something your nervous system learned to do probably a long time ago because it figured out that being different wasn't always safe or accepted. But yeah, that survival strategy, as necessary as it might have felt, it comes with a huge price tag. It just constantly drains your cognitive and emotional batteries every single day. And check this out, because this chart just nails it. It shows how easily this whole thing gets misunderstood, not just by other people, but by ourselves too. What the world might call being lazy is actually your brain running on empty. What looks like overreacting is really emotional dysregulation from pure exhaustion. So here's the bottom line. The sheer mental load of constantly performing makes everything else harder. It makes it tough to get started on tasks, it makes you forgetful, and it makes it way harder to manage your emotions, simply because all your brain's processing power is being used up just to navigate social situations. Okay, so how do you even start to heal from this? Where do you begin? Well, the path forward, and this might sound a little backward, doesn't start with just demanding you be more authentic. Nope. It starts by creating a space that feels profoundly, undeniably safe. It all comes down to this one simple, powerful idea. This is the message your nervous system needs to learn, and not just hear it, but really internalize it. The whole goal, whether in therapy or just in self-compassion, is to have experiences where being yourself doesn't lead to judgment or rejection. And that feeling of safety isn't some abstract thing. It's built in really practical, concrete ways. Therapists do this by creating a predictable, accommodating space, taking simple steps like these to lower the stress on the nervous system, so there's less need to mask in the first place. It seems so small, right? You might look at a phrase like that and think, really? That's it? But yeah, it's a huge deal. A simple statement like this gives explicit permission to stop performing one of the most draining social roles, and it sends a powerful signal that this space is truly fundamentally safe. So once that foundation of safety starts to take root, then the gentle work can begin. The work of exploring and really rediscovering your authentic self. It's kind of like a reintroduction. A lot of the time, the very first step is just putting a name to the different pieces of the mask. Just seeing these behaviors written down can be this massive aha moment. It's so validating for people who have been doing this stuff their whole lives without ever knowing what to call it. And this is how you put that awareness into action. It's not just about talking. Therapists use practical, gentle tools, like the ones you see here, to help people explore being more authentic at their own pace, in a way that feels totally manageable, and, you guessed it, safe. I absolutely love this exercise. It just perfectly shows that this journey isn't about some dramatic, scary, all-or-nothing unmasking event. It's about taking tiny, manageable steps. Maybe it's just letting yourself talk about a special interest with one friend you trust, or allowing yourself to stim in your own car. It's about these small, deliberate acts of reclaiming yourself. And this, right here, this is how you know it's working. Progress isn't some sudden, drastic personality change. It's measured in these small but incredibly meaningful wins. Things like asking for the lights to be dimmed, or scheduling downtime without feeling guilty about it. Every single one of these is a step toward lightening that heavy load of the mask and living a life that just feels more true. And look, if there's just one thing you take away from all of this today, please let it be this. This whole process isn't about forcing change or demanding that someone be different. It's about creating the safety and giving the permission to finally, truly rest. Because it's in that rest, that's where the real healing can finally begin.